Hello and welcome to 10 Minute Stories, a brand new channel based out of the UK. Yes, I am a real person, this is not an AI voice. A brand new channel where we'll be looking at man's achievements across sea, space, air, construction, maybe some farming, engineering and mining. If you guys want that type of content, please let me know. I am focusing on all the great things that occur on this planet. As per usual, please like, share, subscribe to my content, and it will really help me produce some more interesting content for you if you can do that for me. So today we're looking into the world's largest aircraft carrier, an absolutely beautiful and fascinating piece of machinery called the USS Gerald R Ford. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and look at this amazing piece of engineering. So firstly, why the USS Gerald R Ford? Well, of course, it's named after the 38th President of the US, who served from 74 to 1977, which feels like a lifetime ago. And this tradition of naming great pieces of engineering in the US after US presidents has been occurring for many, many years, in fact, since the early 1900s. What else is fascinating about this piece of machinery? Well, just think about the fact that it's active for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Just think about that for a moment. Crew, or crews, which is more accurate, take this thing round the globe to areas of conflict and on peacekeeping missions and diplomatic missions every hour of every working day. How much did this thing cost? Well, you can look at the size of it later and we'll cover some of the dimensions. Building things full of technology at this size and scale is not cheap. The estimated cost, is not published, was $17.5 billion, and if you want to put that into kind of some other logic, that's $53 for every man, woman and child in the US just to build it, not to operate it. And you'll find out later in this video how much it costs to operate based on the size of the crew and the activity that it covers. So this aircraft carrier is absolutely massive. It's 1,100 feet in length, making it the largest aircraft carrier in the world. And if you want to put that in perspective, hopefully we'll have some nice images to show this. It's actually longer than the Empire State Building is tall. And if you've ever been to New York City, a fantastic place, you'll know just how tall the Empire State Building is. The ship's powered by 2 nuclear reactors, making it the first carrier to be nuclear powered in this class. These nuclear reactors, as you can imagine, provide an enormous amount of energy to propel this 100,000 ton vehicle forward, also allowing it to operate for over 20 years without the need to refuel, which is quite amazing. To launch aircraft from the deck, it uses electromagnetic launch systems instead of traditional steam catapults. So basically it enables faster launch with less risk and putting less stress on both the aircraft that's being launched and the carrier itself. Top speed, not amazingly fast, 30 knots, which is 34.5 miles an hour or 55 kilometers an hour. Again, all due to that massive power that the nuclear power plants produce. Aircraft capacity wise, staggering number of aircraft. So generally carries the F-35C Lightning and a stack of Super Hornet jets as well, various other helicopters and unmanned drones, and its flight deck spans over 5 acres, so imagine that, 5 acres of space, absolutely incredible. In terms of defense systems and weapon systems, close range weapon systems for defense, including rolling airframe missile systems, and these systems can automatically detect and engage with incoming threats without the need for human intervention. How do they keep the crew alive? So there's a freshwater and oxygen production system on board, cutting edge technology that allows the ship to generate 100,000 cubic feet of oxygen per hour and produce 400,000 gallons of fresh water every single day. So during long deployments, the ship is basically self-sufficient. What I would say though is, think about how much food the crew need. So in terms of the crew, the living conditions for the crew are not like cramped conditions of older carriers. It's got more space, more lounge and fully equipped fitness centres to keep the crew comfortable during long missions. And remember, it's not as though the crew can go for a walk on deck, right? The deck's pretty busy with other stuff happening unless it's a voyage in peacetime. So I would say, to encapsulate this beautiful sea-going vehicle, it's a symbol of American innovation, power and determination. And yes, I'm based in the UK, and yes, we do have battleships and aircraft carriers in our Navy fleet, which is excellent. We don't have anything of this size. The Gerald R Ford is really a technological marvel that's really changed the landscape of naval warfare forever. So let's have a look at more detail as we go through and look at this awe-inspiring aircraft carrier with images in a bit more detail. So whilst all its missions are classified, obviously when it turns up somewhere in the world, it's pretty easy to spot if it's near to land. And whilst missions are classified, it's certainly been used to engage with hostile threats all over the world. I think most recently in the Russia, Czechoslovakia area and around the Med and the Baltic Sea, we know that it's been used to support the efforts of Ukraine, and hopefully its presence has saved lives as a peacekeeper rather than taking lives. It's not all about size though. You know, what you've got to remember is the sheer presence of the vehicle and the threats that it produces, being able to, you know, launch a huge amount of air-based firepower in minutes is enough to make invading nations consider whether they're really on the right path. So in terms of its total aircraft, so capacity to launch quickly, more than 75 aircraft, including the F-35C Lightning, as I mentioned earlier. These aircraft are launched off the flight deck at an amazing 160 miles per hour. And the F-35C Lightning is the most advanced stealth fighter in the world. It truly is something amazing in the skies, and hopefully we'll have some nice video imagery. So in terms of, again, close weapon defense systems and radar capabilities, it's a formidable presence on the seas because it has the latest technology to detect other vehicles in the air, under the water and on top of the water. And it's a dedication and a testament to the hard work and dedication of thousands of sailors who do serve on board and have served on board. A floating city with a crew of over 4,500 people, including air crews, marines, doctors, nurses, surgeons, cooks, sous chefs, cleaners, you name it, they're all on board. And if you look at the amount of people, 4,500, that's kind of the size of a small town in the UK. So it's basically a small, floating, non-UK town, which is absolutely amazing. In conclusion, I would say that the USS Gerald R Ford is probably the pinnacle at the moment of naval technology. It really encapsulates, in my mind, the spirit of American innovation and excellence. Whether, you know, you're talking about innovation from America in terms of a ship, a rocket, and yes, we will be covering SpaceX stuff later in further videos, a vehicle, a piece of technology, a company that provides a service to us all, such as Microsoft. America has been symbiotic with innovation for absolute decades. What it does though also say though is America is committed to defending its interests and values across the world. I would guess that the USS Gerald R Ford spends very little time in US ocean space and more time elsewhere. So as we bid farewell to this modern marvel, we're reminded that it's a testament to what mankind and womankind can achieve when we all come together to design, deliver and run something amazing. It's really a beacon of hope, strength and progress on the high seas, hopefully guarding the freedom and security of the US and other friendly nations to the US and the US's allies. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications. I'll be back with more video content very, very shortly. Thanks again, guys. Cheers. Bye.